I love that because it feels like when COVID was a thing, all there was like virtual cons, and then the second like everything opened up, virtual seemed to just disappear.
Yeah.
But I'm glad, like, you know, so you guys are thinking about bringing it back, but like bringing it with a strong like indie focus. I think that's awesome. You know,
because cons are exhausting too. Like,
They
we're
are.
just talking about, thank God for like a 1-day convention, because like day 2, day 3, you are just so spent. It doesn't matter, like, if you're at your booth hustling the entire time, like, rejection's one thing, because getting rejected at your booth, like, it gets exhausting after a while, depending where you are, for sure. But like, even when you have success, that's exhausting too, and doing that 3 times,
well, it's
12-hour
it's a
shifts.
job. Like if you break it down, like we're all fans, like, but when you're behind your table, like you're actually a salesman, like you're selling, so it is exhausting. And like even sometimes like with Terrificon, like because I know they have the concrete floor, so I'll bring my own like mat so that when I stand up and talk to people, it like doesn't hurt my feet as much.
You're supposed to make sales.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know, that's another thing. I mean, you give away so much for free too, dude. At Heroes, like, I didn't make a lot of money at Heroes. That was not a good like turnover con. That was a great and amazing con for networking, though.
Great.
So it's like, some shows have their payoffs. Buffalo, I had a great time. That was a killer show for me, 100%. But I mean, that's the value with some stuff too. Is like, am I gonna like pour my heart out into trying to make this sale, or am I just going to know when to like, all right, this isn't working, let me go talk to some people and like network a little bit. T'Challa, I'm gonna beat you up, dude. Just biting my mic and everything.
Yeah, I had this similar experience to Heroes Con. I went there about 6 years ago, and didn't make a lot of money. Made a little bit, but nothing crazy. And then networked with a bunch. But like when I was there, I was like, I love this show. Like it's nothing but comics. There's like nothing, there's no toy dealers, there's no celebrities.
Right, exactly.
Creators, comics. And I love like I don't know, do they still do like they had like that center area where artists just draw and people watch?
The live drawing and everything. And they had like all creators of all types there too. So
the art really auction, cool, they still do that, I imagine.
Still do that.
That stuff was awesome. Like I was in awe of that whole show. I was like, I don't care that I'm not making money, but this show is awesome, so
it's worth it for the experience, you know what I mean?
It is, and I'm thinking about trying it again soon and see if the experience is a little different, this time around, now that I've had like 6 more years of experience behind the table, so.
And the layouts are getting better. The one thing I noticed, it was very collector. I mean, we were also next to like the Cuberts and like Jimmy Palmoni and Amanda Connor, and then like, Simon Beasley was there and everything. And it's like, we try to like promote indie comics around that crowd, and everyone there is just trying to like hustle books to get like signed and eBayed. You know what I mean? And nobody gave us the time of day. But Simon Beasley, we went up to him and we're like, hey, Simon, love your stuff. Like, I make a punk anthology and Teenage Babylon. Like, I hope you dig it. And then, he was like very thankful and everything. And like, it was like an afternoon where me and my friend Jeff, that we were tabling there, him and John O'Burke, and we were just getting shot down all day, just defeated all day. Like, no money was made, like nothing. And then I see Simon packing up his stuff early, and we're like, look at Simon, probably had a rough day too. He's leaving early, and he could have like easily just gone straight and dipped, but he came up and like turned the corner and he was like, badass guy, badass motherfuckers, badass, and gave us like fist bumps and everything. And we were like, what, we can do this, guys. We got this. Simon
gave you that little extra like juice to keep going, right?
I mean, that's part of like selling at cons, is having a good mental like capacity for rejection, because
it's gonna roll off your back. It's gotta roll.
You almost gotta like distance yourself from yourself, you know what I mean, like, and not take it personally.
Well, the thing is, if you start to like get frustrated, it like only gets worse from there. Like, I've 100%. Shared tables with people who've spiraled like in entirety because it wasn't hitting right for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you see that, when you let it get to you, it only gets worse from there. It doesn't get better unless you like hard stop, change your routine, change your attitude.
That's kind of the cool part. Like when I'm CWS Apollo, when I'm getting like beat up as Apollo, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go film some stuff and talk to people. Like, let me just like go hit reset. Like, I'll be exhausted, but at least I get to breathe for a moment. Because even, dude, we offer
tough when
free
you're
anthologies. Yeah, with that too. That's even harder, honestly, when you're not tabling people. But like even you offer, we had free, you know, and digital anthologies you're handing out, and people are just like, free, like no, like, or indie, no, and you're just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, like you're handing them poison, like like, you know what I mean? Like people were like I try to give people free stuff like bookmarks and things like that, and they run by, you know, like this, like with their hands waving.
There was
like I was like, Amy, am I handing them poison? Like it just like made no sense. Like
there was a booth across from us in San Diego for a few years in a row consecutively, because we're always in the same spot, and they did free science comics, and they couldn't give these things away. It was just like, and you could see the people, and those guys were chill too, because I remember when I showed up, is the first thing I did is I dropped my gear down, and it was like, and you lug gear inside too, so you're like kind of tired by the time you get to your booth, so you sit down for a minute, catch a breather, the guy comes up with a cold beer. It's like, and he goes, yeah, we use this usually. We have a cold beer at the end of the day after all the, like you said, all the no's and the rejection and all that. So it's like nothing but, you know, nothing else is the cure but to just kick back and have a cold one, you know.
Yes,
maybe it has the opposite effect when you give something for free. It makes it seem it's not worth as much, or you know, it's not, you know, I just take this.
The product becomes devalued.
Yeah. So I think
that's
people
what
like,
it is.
yeah, it's all a mental thing, I think.
Do you want to know something? You can catch the Queen of the System and Eddie Edwards at the Plastic City Comic-Con August 23rd in Leominster, Mass. You better catch us and come say hi. And you better trust the system.